Hello everyone, I'm Uzma and welcome to My Good Life. Today I want to talk about something that I've actually been thinking about a lot in my own life. When you decide you want to change something about yourself, who actually doing it for? Because I think sometimes we rush into changing things without really stopping to ask ourselves why we want that change in the first place. And whether it's our health, our confidence, or our relationships, or our careers, I think this is something that needs to come before all that. We have to validate ourselves first. Now that can sound a bit like therapy speak, but I actually mean something very simple. It's being able to say, this matters to me, I want this for myself, and that's enough of a reason to work on it. So let's look at what that actually means in everyday life as we walk and talk. Let's take something really common. Say you decide want to lose some weight, or perhaps gain some weight. The first question I'd ask, why? Maybe you've got a wedding coming up and you want to look good on the day. And there's nothing wrong with that. You might change what you eat, start exercising, buy something you feel great in. The day comes, people tell you you look lovely, the photographs are taken, and then what? The wedding is over. If that was the only reason you were doing this, what keeps you going afterwards? Imagine instead that somewhere along the line you said to yourself, actually, I want to do this because I think I'll feel better, I want to feel healthier, I want to feel stronger, I want to feel more comfortable in myself. Now, the reason belongs to you. And I think that's where self-validation starts. It doesn't mean that other people's encouragement doesn't matter. Of course it does. We all like somebody else telling us we're doing well. But if it becomes a problem when we need that approval to believe what we're doing is worthwhile, and this isn't just about how we look. I've been thinking about this in my own life recently. As I get older and closer to retirement, I'm thinking more about where do I want to go professionally? Where do I want to work? What do I want my next part of my working life to look like? Obviously, finances matter. But I'm also thinking, I've built up all these skills and experiences over my lifetime. Is there somewhere I can use this and share it where it means meaningful to me? And I don't have the answer yet. And perhaps not having the answer is okay. Because rather than starting with what would other people expect me to do, I'm trying to ask, what would actually feel worthwhile to me? And that's a very different question. We're going to sit down now. And maybe that's the question I want to leave with you today, because it could be about your work, your health, learning something new, or work, starting something that you've been putting off. It could be anything. Ask yourself, why does this matter to me? And don't worry if you can't answer immediately. Sometimes we spend so much time thinking about what we should want that it takes a little while to work out what we actually want. But I think when you find a reason that genuinely belongs to you, something changes. You don't need someone watching You don't need constant praise. And you don't need a special occasion waiting at the end. Because you're no longer saying, I'll do this so someone else thinks better of me. You're saying, I'm doing this because it matters to me. And maybe that's a very simple way of looking at self-validation. It's not about thinking that you're perfect. It's recognizing that you're worth putting the effort into. So here's my mental fitness thought for today. Before you start changing something in your life, ask yourself why you want that change and see whether you can eventually reach that point where you can say, this matters to me and I believe I'm worth doing it for. If this gave you something to think about, please like and share it, particularly with someone you think who might enjoy this conversation. And subscribe to My Good Life if you'd like to join me for more practical conversations about building our mental fitness through everyday life. I'll see you in the next one and enjoy this weather. Goodbye.